Hello out there in TV land.
My name is Nikki, and I'm a lopsided lover.
For 2 days, I debated with a man in the comment section of my last tier list video on whether love and basketball is truly a one-sided love story or not. Afterwards, I realized that not only did I feel the need to defend my point in that comment section, but I also want to clarify and double down on that point. Now, love and basketball may or may not be a one-sided love story, but it's damn sure a lopsided one. Quincy simply did not mirror the same kind of love Monica had for him. Today, sadly, I will be stepping back into the love and basketball universe, and I'm not here to convince anyone that love and basketball is a lopsided love story. I'm here to tell you it's one. Whether anyone believes that or not has nothing to do with me. Let's get into it. So the movie is given to us in 4 quarters like a basketball game because it's love and basketball. In the first quarter, we get Monica and Q at 11 years old. Monica's family moves into the neighborhood while Q and his friends are shooting hoops because it's love and basketball. Now, Q heard that only girls were moving in next door, so he's a little surprised to see what he assumes to be a boy walking up and asking can he join the game.
I thought you said only girls are moving in. That's what my mom said.
But it's Monica, and Monica is a girl, and for some reason Q just gets offended by that.
Hey, girls can't play no ball. Ball better than you.
Oh, now that's how you clear a bit.
But at this particular moment in the movie, Q is a 11-year-old boy, so him being a part of the He-Man Women Haters Club and assuming that girls can't play basketball is not that big of a deal. It only becomes a big deal if without any guidance he carries that same sentiment towards women into adulthood. But Monica told Q, ball better than you, and that she did, so much so that Q got enraged enough to push her down. This is where we get the first signs that Q is someone who doesn't know how to regulate his emotions that well. He's impulsive, he acts before he thinks. Again, at this particular moment, Q is 11 years old, so I won't come down too harshly on him behind it. The real problem comes if he takes that same lack of emotional control into the future.
Wait for it.
Next, we get a glimpse into Monica's and Q's households and see a little bit of their family dynamic. Even though this is mainly about how they loved each other, this is important because it shows what kind of environment they grew up in. In Monica's household, her mother seems to be a put-together housewife who thinks girls and women should carry themselves a certain way. You can already tell that her and Monica don't have the best relationship based on Monica not desiring to do the stereotypical girly things like dressing up or playing with dolls or something.
She needs to stop running around like a little boy.
Monica's father asserts that he's the dominant force in the house by telling Monica's mother that Monica will be fine, and she doesn't put up an argument towards him even though she was fussing at Monica.
She'll be fine.
In Q's household, his mother seems to be more of a kept woman than a traditional housewife. For example, her buying a store-bought cake is a small, insignificant thing that shows she doesn't do the stereotypical things a housewife is supposed to do, like cooking and cleaning. She's different from Monica's mom.
That's how your mom's caught me. With the old fake and bake.
Then again, the man of the household asserts his dominance, and it's obvious that Q respects his father and takes his word to heart.
Can't should never be in a man's vocabulary.
And why not?
Because when you say can't, you ain't a man.
Plus, we see where Q may have picked up his mindset towards girls by the representation of love he got through his parents' marriage.
Zeke, you just got back from a 4-game road trip.
No, please don't start bitching.
And later on in the movie, Q's father even says he believes his mother trapped him, so basically Q didn't have a good representation of love at home.
Keep your ass home!
I know that, but if I really go down that route, neither did Monica.
Husband can feel like a man knowing his woman's home cooking and ironing his drawers.
But this isn't about their parents, it's about them. I just wanted to point out that I know what they were influenced by growing up. Anywho, then Q and his mother go over to Monica's house to welcome her and her family into the neighborhood. And while their parents are talking, Monica and Q start playing eye tag, giving us the first hints of the love that's in the basketball. Then when they are left alone, they start interacting exactly how you think two kids would interact. At first, they start talking about their shared passion for basketball.
Same number and everything. Well, I'm gonna be number 32, like magic.
And somehow end up on karate, some shit kids would do.
I know karate from Almighty Isis. Bet you can't do this though.
Boy, if you don't get...
Later that night, their budding puppy love blossoms even more when Monica finds out from her mom that Q will be riding with her to school in the morning. Meanwhile, Q is watching her from his bedroom window, which is weird, but it shows that he likes her too. The next morning, Monica comes out of the house with her plaits and adorable yellow dress, and Q obviously likes the way she looks. He ends up boldly asking her,
You wanna be my girl?
Then again, they proceed to interact how you would expect two kids who like each other to interact.
What do I have to do? I guess we can play ball and ride to school together.
Yes, this is a very nostalgic and cute moment, but it immediately goes downhill and keeps going right on down that hill until the end of the movie. If you ask me, Q assumes that because Monica is his girl now, that she's supposed to ride on the back of his bike because his dad drafts his mom, again showing that he got his mindset from his daddy. But Monica isn't going for it.
But I want to ride my own bike. My dad always drives my mom. So?
Now, this is the first time I've ever analyzed Love and Basketball this deeply, but I just realized that Monica was more self-assured when it came to Q when they were younger. I feel like that girl faded with him when they got older.
I don't have to do what you say. Forget you then, stupid.
Anyways, Q and Monica started arguing, and again, Q shows that he doesn't know how to regulate his emotions by pushing Monica again. Something he definitely should feel like he can go around doing, but that's neither here nor there.
I don't want to be your boyfriend anymore, you ugly dog.
The first quarter ends with them fighting at 11 years old after their cute little puppy love goes wrong, but this is when Love and Basketball goes from a cute little romance to a psychological thriller about a woman named Monica Wright, who was a lopsided lover. In the second quarter, we get Monica and Q as seniors in high school trying to figure out their next steps in life. Q is a star athlete with all kinds of opportunities lined up for him, while Monica is still fighting to get recruited because while she's a good basketball player, she has a temper that shows on the court. This is off topic, but as I stated, this is my first time really analyzing the movie, and I realized that Monica was probably so aggressive when it came to basketball because it was something she always had to fight for at home. Her mother, who was supposed to be her biggest cheerleader, barely went to her games and was always making remarks and putting her down.
Why I keep hoping you'll grow out of this tomboy thing?
I won't. I'm a lesbian.
That was probably the main reason she went at it with such aggression. But anywho, let's get back on topic. This is about the love in the basketball. Now, this quarter is where I believe it's painfully obvious that Monica and Q don't share equal feelings for each other. Q is now a star athlete with girls all on his body, and he's taking full advantage. Later in the movie, Monica admits to being in love with Q since they were 11, and it just won't go away.
I've loved you since I was 11. The shit won't go away.
Y'all be weak in the knees. Stand up! Stand up!
So that means that right now in this quarter, Monica is in love with him as she watches him having fun with other girls. And she lived right next door to the man. Our girl was suffering.
Lord Jesus.
Now, Q's defense attorney, which is what I'm going to call the man I was debating with, said that in this quarter, Q does show he had feelings for Monica because he showed interest in her. Having interest in someone and being in love with them are two different things. Q was a senior in high school having fun. He was not thinking about or longing for Monica the way she was thinking about and longing for him.
You ever been in love? Too many times. They ever love you back?
Girl, get up. Girl, get up. Girl, get up.
But Q's defense attorney did identify something that was good for my point when he was attempting to defend his client. He said that Q was the one who asked Monica to be his girl when they was 11, so he basically started everything between them. But no, I really feel like once Q pushed Monica off that bike and said, "I don't want to be your boyfriend anymore, you ugly dog," he stopped thinking about her in that way for a while. But as Monica stated, the feelings never went away for her. So while Q was moving on and having fun, Monica was stuck on him. But to me, that moment did show that if Q really wanted Monica how she wanted him, he would have been bold enough to say it. While Q was showing signs of being interested in Monica, Monica was already in love with him. And I don't fault Q at all for not being in love with Monica while they were seniors in high school. He didn't have to be. I'm simply stating that the love is already lopsided in this quarter. I feel like Q forgot all about Monica in a romantic way all the way up into senior year, and now he's looking at her like, maybe. That's why the title of their lopsided love story would be "If Monica didn't do it, it wasn't going to happen." This means that if Monica didn't put in any effort for something to progress between her and Q, then it was never going to happen. If it was left up to Q, there would be no love in the basketball. He was interested in Monica in high school, not in love with her, so he didn't have strong enough feelings to pursue her. Monica was already in love with him, and that's why she was the one always making the first move for them to progress. And the most Q ever really did once they got to high school was stare at her. Now, Q's defense attorney said that the dance was where Q showed his equal feelings for Monica because he was with another girl but couldn't take his eyes off of her. Sounds real dreamy, right? And that's definitely what I thought growing up, but no, he just realized that the girl he was kinda interested in and who was also his best friend was just as attractive as the girls who came after him. This wasn't some Cinderella coming down the staircase moment. the nigga just realized Monica could be physically attractive too. That's all that was. Now, if Monica wasn't already in love with Q, she would have saw for herself that Q barely ever put in any effort towards her once they got to high school. And if Omar Epps wasn't so goddamn fine, I would have saw years ago that the small interest Q did show towards her wasn't equal to what she felt for him.
You fell for the fucking bait. The nigga didn't have to do nothing.
I'm not giving Q cookies anymore for realizing he wanted Monica the night she got all dressed up when she had been in love with him since they were 11.
Who's this clown?
He ain't Spalding.
Oh, now that's how you clear a bitch.
And when he was staring Monica down to "I want to be your man," it wasn't love in his eyes, it was lust. He wasn't saying, "Dang, I think I might be in love with this girl." He was saying,
I want a bone.
but no, let me be serious. In trying to defend Q so hard, his defense attorney made a vital mistake that I noticed when I was going over the notes. He said that Q went to check on Monica after the dance, and that was supposedly another sign of him showing he had equal feelings for her. No, Q was taking off his jewelry and about to lay down. Monica got his attention and called him over. This led into them both showing signs of jealousy about each other's dates,
Early night for you, isn't it?
Should be asking you to say after your big date with college boy, you know?
which led into Q revealing to Monica that he had been paying attention to her all along because he knew her basketball stats.
4.
What?
Yeah, 4 offensive rebounds.
Now, this is about equal feelings. Him paying attention to her enough to know her basketball stats while at the same time messing with every girl that comes his way does not show that he had equal feelings for her.
No ma'am. No ma'am. No ma'am. No ma'am.
But Monica got weak in the knees anyway because Q, the dude she has been in love with since they were 11, finally showed just the slightest bit of interest in her.
The nigga didn't have to do nothing.
Her telling him to open her acceptance letter and her random kiss is what progressed their relationship, because if Monica didn't do it, it wasn't going to happen. Then we got the "This Woman's Work" moment, a song that I later found out is about a woman nearly dying during childbirth. Why would that be the song selection? Anywho, in this quarter, Q considered Monica. Monica was already in love with Q. The only thing me and Q's defense attorney can 100% agree on is that Monica definitely opened the door for them to have a relationship, and Q walked right on in and made a fool of her. In the third quarter, Monica and Q are both freshmen in college. Q is still a star athlete, while Monica barely got recruited and is still trying to make a name for herself when it comes to basketball. But this is more focused on the love in the basketball. This is the quarter where things fall apart for them romantically, but now that I think about it, they never really got started for real because they just got out of high school. But anyways, while Q's basketball life is doing amazing, his personal life goes up in flames. Now, from the very beginning of the movie, there were signs that Q's father was cheating on his mother.
Just you and Quincy, baby. I got a meeting.
With who?
Some business folks.
So it was only shocking to Q when it was revealed that his father was cheating on his mother.
Late nights and his meetings, and I still needed proof.
Q had his father up on a very high pedestal, and watching him fall from it crushed his soul. His whole world fell apart. His perception of his father drastically changed. Meanwhile, Monica was still super focused on trying to fight her way into a starting position on her basketball team. Things weren't playing out how she most likely had them in her head, which leads to her making the move that cost her the love of her life. Q was heartbroken behind what was going on with him and his father. He wanted to just chill and talk to Monica about it, someone who had been knowing him his whole life and would completely understand.
Man looked me in my eye and he lied to me like it was nothing.
But Monica had a 11 o'clock curfew that if she missed it, she wouldn't be soon up.
I can't.
Why not?
Now, mind you, Monica was already having a rough start on her team, so she was faced with potentially making a move that would affect her future in basketball. I know for a fact she didn't think it would affect her future with Q the way it did. But when Monica told Q that she had curfew, she unintentionally chose basketball over him in his eyes, and Q, who was already going through it emotionally, instantly got in his feelings towards her.
I can stay a few more minutes.
I'm sweating.
Now, that whole moment could have easily been solved by Q having a civilized conversation with Monica. He could have expressed how he felt about her choosing to make curfew that night instead of staying out with him. That would have been a sensible thing to do, right? But no, we're not dealing with a sensible person. We're dealing with Quincy McCall, who has been impulsive when emotional since he was 11 years old. Monica hurt his feelings one time by not staying with him when he thought she should have. Monica chose herself over him one time at the wrong time and became public enemy number 2 because his father was public enemy number one. And when Q is hurt, he doesn't express his feelings. Q gets even. Q wants you to feel just as bad as he felt, so he gets back at Monica by shoving another girl in her face and then breaking up with her. And he gets back at his father by doing the one thing that he spent all his life trying to get Q not to do.
My dad plays for the Clippers. He says I'm gonna be a doctor or a lawyer, but I'm gonna play for them too.
The last thing Zeke wanted Q to do was drop out of school and go pro, so Q did exactly that.
Figured that I'd tell you I decided to drop out of school and turn pro.
Oh boy.
And he made that decision without thinking about, and in my opinion, caring about where that would leave him and Monica. Now, some would say that he moved out pure anger and emotion, and I believe he did too. But at the same time, that decision still shows he didn't love Monica as equally as she loved him, because there was no way in hell that Monica would have decided to go pro without thinking about how it would affect her and Q's relationship. She loved him more than he loved her. He went on a date with another girl to get back at her for something that could have easily been resolved with a conversation, and she looked at him and said,
I mean, whatever I did, we can fix this.
Stand up! Stand up!
Monica, you did nothing. Q just had his mind made up, and getting back at his father was more important than what he had with Monica, so she got cut off.
It ain't nothing to cut that bitch off.
Now, I know that Q was about 18 or 19 in the third quarter, so I gladly give him the young, emotional, and impulsive label. He was too young to properly express his emotions, but Monica was the same age as him, but okay, whatever. I'll give it to him. But nothing in this quarter shows me he had equal feelings for Monica. Yes, this is the quarter where we get the most affectionate thing he said to her throughout the whole entire movie.
All these girls, you the only one I know who's for real.
He never said anything about being in love with Monica, he just knew she was for real. But this is a story about two people who are equally in love with each other.
Okay.
Then lastly, we get the fourth and final quarter. It's set 5 years later, and I think this quarter proves without a doubt that this whole time, Monica had been more in love with Q than he had ever been with her. At first, Monica was in Spain playing basketball, but you could tell that she was lonely and longing for something or someone. She got everything she wanted when it came to basketball, but still something was missing. Q getting injured is what gave her the excuse to return to the States, and she goes to visit him after 5 years of no communication. Now, I'm a player, and I can admit when I made a mistake. I said that Monica was always the one making moves towards Q once they got older, but in the hospital, Q did tell Monica that over the course of the 5 years they were estranged, he did try to reach out to her a couple times.
I tried calling you a couple of times.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I could never give you a 10 because I don't like you. So I always gotta keep something negative in reference to you. So I can never give you you can never get that 10, okay? You can never get that 10. But I'll give you about an 8.5. Okay. You know what? It's not a 10, it's a 7. Okay. Cool.
Now, I caught myself about to give Q a crumb because I'll never give him a cookie ever again in life. But then I remembered, Destiny, you just went through 3 quarters with Q. At what point did he show you that if he was the one reaching out to Monica, that he was doing it to try to get her back? I believe that the couple of times he did hit her up, it was definitely him trying to be friends with her again. Because that's what he said the last time he saw her.
Just forget about you and me.
I still like us to be friends.
And that's probably why Monica wasn't picking up the phone, because Quincy, that girl is not just trying to be friends with you. And you know that. And the fact that he thought that they could be just friends shows that he never loved her on the same level. And the fact that Monica went those 5 years without him just focusing on basketball shows she definitely overloved Q. I want to believe that Monica was exploring other options while her and Q were apart, but the way her character is set up, I really don't believe it. I genuinely believe that girl went 5 years just focusing on basketball and being hung up on Q while he was busy falling in love enough to be ready to walk down the aisle.
This is Kara, my fiance.
Fiance.
Then on top of that, she stopped playing basketball because it wasn't fun for her anymore because Q wasn't in her life. Listen to me when I say this. Monica stopped playing basketball, the one thing that has been her whole world throughout this whole movie, because Q wasn't in her life anymore.
You asked me what was missing from basketball.
Woke me up to tell me that?
It's not fun for me anymore because you're missing.
Girl, get up! I'm begging for you to get up! I'm pleading for you to get up!
Q's stopped playing basketball because he realized he was just doing it to be like his father. It had nothing to do with Monica.
Seems like I needed ball when I was trying to be like my pop. Now I was trying to be better than my pop.
No, Monica painfully loved Q more. That's why it made sense in her crazy ass mind for her to think she needed to play him for his heart. In her eyes, she was about to lose the man she had been in love with since she was 11, and she just couldn't take it. If it was left up to Q, he was getting married, because if Monica didn't do it, it wasn't going to happen. If Q was supposed to be just in love with Monica as she was with him, why after that girl put her heart on the line was he still being so harsh towards her?
That was 5 years ago. I've moved on.
What animosity could he have possibly had towards Monica that he got out there and played that aggressive towards her? Especially after he said himself that after what happened with his dad in college, he couldn't trust anyone anymore, so that's why Monica got that treatment. Not that she actually did anything wrong.
After that stuff with my dad, couldn't trust anybody, okay? I was lost.
So where did all the animosity come from? What was he so mad about? No, he hated her. No, let me be serious. I do believe Q had love for Monica. He may have even been in love with her. I don't know. After what I saw, I just have a hard time believing that anymore. But he was in love with her, I guess. But Monica obviously loved him more. And if you still believe Q and Monica equally loved each other in the same way, I want you to close your eyes for a second, and I want you to imagine that Monica was Q and that Q was Monica. And Monica was the one who said, "You want to be my boyfriend?" to Q when they were 11 years old. And then when senior year came around, she was the star athlete, and she was the one having fun but showing a little interest in Q while Q was already in love with her. I want you to imagine that Q was the one making all the moves that Monica made to progress their relationship. Then I want you to imagine Monica was the one having daddy issues in college, and because Q, who was still trying to make a name for himself in basketball, then stayed for one curfew, he suffered the collateral damage for Monica being mad at her dad. Then I want you to imagine 5 years later that Q ended up quitting basketball, the one thing he loved all his life, because it wasn't fun anymore because he wasn't with Monica. While at the same time, Monica has moved on and she's about to get married. Q decided that he needed to play her in a game of basketball for her heart. Would you truly believe that love and basketball was an equal love story? No. Monica would be seen as a heartless bitch who didn't deserve Q. At the end of the day, for years, we gave Q too much credit when he barely did anything, and Monica needed to stand the fuck up. The only person I feel bad for is Kyra, because all she did was go out of town for a few days and got her fiance snatched.
Damn!
I don't want y'all to think I hate love and basketball now. I don't. I understand it was a product of its time. The movie came out in what, like 2000, and it was set in like what, the 80s and the 90s. I get it. I don't hate the movie. Love and Basketball is still one of my comfort movies. I could watch Love and Basketball even with everything that I've realized now. I could watch Love and Basketball every day for a month and not get tired. I still love the movie. I just realized that Love and Basketball didn't change. It's been the same movie since I was a little girl. It came out in 2000. I was about 1, so maybe I started watching it when I was like, well, nobody cared what I watched when I was a child, so I probably shouldn't have been watching it. But I know for a fact I started watching it at like 5, 6, and you know, just kept on watching it. And up until about 3 years ago, I just thought it was one of the most beautiful black love stories ever. You could not tell me that Q wasn't in love with Monica. What you mean? Did you not see the way he was staring at her at that dance? Then I got older and I realized, like I said, Love and Basketball didn't change. I changed, you know? I grew up because I was in those Love and Basketball shackles. I'm not gonna lie to you. I definitely was. Let me tell y'all how I got released from the Love and Basketball shackles. I think during COVID, I discovered Prim Hood Cinema, you know? Prim, y'all know Prim, because sometimes I get compared to him, which is, you know, I mean, thank you, I guess, but no, like, that man is hilarious. Where was I going with this? Okay, I discovered Prim Hood Cinema. I think it was during COVID, I guess, maybe. It could have been a little bit after COVID, during COVID. I really don't remember, but I know it was a couple years ago. I'm on YouTube. I see his Boys in the Hood video. I watched that. Then I don't know if I was there the first time he posted his Love and Basketball video, or it was just when I was binging all his videos I got to it. But that was a couple years ago, and that was the first time in my life. I mean, before that I had never in my life even considered that Love and Basketball wasn't the most beautiful love story ever. I had never in my life considered it. But then I watched this video and I was like, I continued to watch the movie after, you know, I saw his video. I continued to watch the movie. And then every time I watched the movie after that, I was like, that's how I was released from the Love and Basketball shackles now. But I understand anybody who still believes. I understand anybody who looked at my video and was like, girl, you don't know what you're talking about, you wrong. You just pulling some shit out your ass. I get it, because I understand being in them shackles. I understand this is a comfort movie for a lot of people. This is a comfort movie. It's cozy and make them feel all warm inside. I get it. I feel like as an adult, I'm about to lie, because I was an adult and I still thought it was a love story. With a fully developed frontal lobe, I don't understand how anybody can watch that movie and think that Q loved Monica equally. To me, now Love and Basketball is about a girl who loved a dude since she was 11 years old, and when she finally got him, she wanted to do everything to keep him. And I feel like it's about a boy who liked a girl when he was 11, had a little cute moment with her, moved on with life, but then senior year of high school, he was kind of like, you know, this girl is my best friend, but I think I might have a thing for her. And while Q had a thing for Monica, Monica was madly in love with Q. Obviously, if she felt like she needed to play that nigga in a game of basketball for his heart, I get it. Like, I understand that for the theme of the movie, it's supposed to be all aesthetic. She played him, you know, she was real passionate about basketball, so she ended up playing him for his heart. I get that. But really focus on the plot of Love and Basketball. There's just no way in hell that girl should have been playing him for his heart. When I was debating with that man about whether Love and Basketball was a one-sided love story or not, he said something about Q's small little signs were his expressions of love, because that's how people be talking about love bombing. First of all, the way Q behaved in this movie, we were not at risk of him love bombing Monica, because he never even said I love you to her. Listen to me when I say this. If you Google powerful black love stories, the best black love story movies, passionate black love story movies, Love and Basketball gonna be right up there. And when I tell you that this movie is about 2 hours long and that man never even said I love you, what were we thinking? Oh my God. But like I said, you know, Love and Basketball didn't change. Love and Basketball didn't change. I changed. First of all, let me say this. The lady that wrote the movie wrote a wonderful movie. I'm never gonna come for her reign or anything like that. Like, who the fuck would I be to even do some shit like that? But I feel like maybe if when Monica was like, I've loved you since I was 11 and it won't go away, Q would have been like, I loved you since I was 11 too, and I feel you. But no, he was like, he was real aggressive. He was like, you still think the world rises and sets on your ass, and it don't. Whoa, Quincy, where's all this coming from? Oh my God, no, because now I'm thinking about it. What the fuck? How did I think this was really a love story? Because he was just so aggressive towards her at the end. And I feel like if we would have got more moments of Q actually showing that he loved her, then there would be nothing I could say. But there's really no moment where, like, he stared at her a couple times. He got a little jealous. This woman's work, you know, they fell in the grass together. His daddy cheated on his mama. He broke up with her. She played him for his heart. I don't get it. Like, but I get it. Like I said, I'm never gonna come for the writer. I get it. And this movie is a product of its time. I get that. I understand it. I just, you know, I accept that it's not the passionate, beautiful love story I thought it was growing up, and I accept it for what it was. And, you know, like I said, still one of my favorite movies. I don't hate the movie at all. I don't. But I realize now that when I watch Love and Basketball, I just need to watch it. I don't need to watch it too deeply. I just need to enjoy the cozy feeling it gives me and not pay attention to the plot for real, because if I do, then I'm gonna be like, what the fuck is this?